All right. Okay, copy. Okay. Your mic is hot.
Good morning. I am Technical Sergeant Fausto Gil, Military Training Instructor Trainer, and I will be your narrator for today's ceremony. As the flights move into position, and for the safety and comfort of those around you, we ask that you refrain from entering the retreat pad and remain at your respective seating area when taking photos during the ceremony. Do not stand or sit in the stairways unless entering or exiting the grandstand. Additionally, we ask that you stand at the bottom or do not stand at the bottom of the grandstands as well as the arena drill pad. At the conclusion of today's ceremony, you may proceed onto the retreat pad after the flights have been dismissed. Please be cautious when ascending and descending the bleachers. Utilize the handrails and watch for tripping, slipping, or falling hazards. Restroom facilities are located in the reception center to the right of the flagpole. During this morning's ceremony, smoking and consumption of alcoholic beverages is not permitted. At this time, please silence all cell phones and other electronic devices. Thank you and enjoy today's ceremony. In the military, ceremonies are held to accord distinctive honor to national symbols or individuals on special occasions. These ceremonies are also to display the proficiency and state of training in a command and to promote teamwork and pride in the organization. They also contribute to public morale by displaying symbolically the strength and unity of the military in support of the nation. All of the movements that you see and observe today are known as drill. The purpose of drill is to enable a commander or non-commissioned officer, such as the military training instructor, the ability to move their units from one place to another in an orderly manner, to aid in training by instilling discipline and habits of precision and response to the leader's orders, and to provide for the development of all leaders in the practice of commanding formations. To maintain the proper decorum and respect for events such as this, we ask that you abide by the following standards while we are here. First, there will be times that you will be asked to stand for the invocation, playing of the national anthem, and the Air Force and Space Force songs, and reciting of the Airman's Creed. Now marching into position, from the 320th Training Squadron, Flight 301, led by Staff Sergeant John Woodruff, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Conyers, Georgia. Flight 302, led by Technical Sergeant Malik Smith, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Chicago, Illinois. Flight 303, led by Technical Sergeant Jeremy Homan, Military Training Instructor, Hometown, Indianola, Illinois. From the 322nd Training Squadron, Flight 304, led by Technical Sergeant Christian David, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Houston, Texas. PT Excellence Flight, Flight 305, led by Staff Sergeant Brandon Millington, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Fairbanks, Alaska.
Increase the speed at which you talk, put a little more energy into it. You gotta do it faster.
Flight 306, led by Technical Sergeant Michael Hansen, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Eldridge, Iowa. Flight 307, led by Technical Sergeant Kyle Rodas, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Hollister, California. From the 324th Training Squadron, Flight 308, led by Staff Sergeant Christopher Knapp, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Long Island, New York. Flight 309, led by Staff Sergeant Tamia Johnson, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Hinesville, Georgia. Flight 310, led by Technical Sergeant Alberto Hernandez, Military Training Instructor, hometown, San Bernardino, California. Flight 311, led by Technical Sergeant Terrell Beasley, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Baltimore, Maryland. From the 326th Training Squadron, Flight 312, led by Technical Sergeant Christopher Levins, Military Training Instructor, hometown, Charlotte, Michigan. Flight 313, led by Technical Sergeant Ajalon Kimbrough, Military Training Instructor Trainer, hometown, Norfolk, Virginia. From the 1st Delta Operations Squadron, Academic Excellence Flight, Flight 314, led by Technical Sergeant Seth Balla, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Donaldson, Illinois. Flight 315, led by Technical Sergeant Ashley Smith, military training instructor trainer, hometown, Houston, Texas. Air Force Basic Military Training conducts graduation events over the course of 2 days to celebrate the accomplishments of our newest Airmen and Guardians. These events recognize their transition into the profession of arms. We acknowledge the tradition of honor and legacy of valor provided by those who came before us and inspire us still today. We would also like to thank the family and friends of their continued support for these graduates that will be counted on as they go on to serve our great nation for years to come. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the invocation given by Chaplain Ojon.
Please pray in your tradition as I do in mine. O God of heavenly powers, by the might of your command, you drive away all the obstacles before us and lead us toward being successful leaders and followers. Be present in your goodness with your servant, Airmen and Guardians, their families and friends and civil servants. Today we pray for a special blessing for them and ask from you for you to be their seeing eyes, hearing ears, and deciding minds, so that they will have tough-mindedness, tireless motivation, and unceasing vigilance for their duties. O God of strength and power, we knock your door and seek only from you. Embrace us, touch our hearts, our minds, our spirit, our concerns, hopes, and weaknesses, our families, loved ones, our nation, and good citizen of the world. We know that when you touch, all the wounds will be healed, all infirmity will go away, and enmity will be replaced with friendship, so that peace in our nation and in the world will be accomplished as a result of service and leadership of our Airmen and Guardians. In many beautiful names you have, we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Chaplain. Please be seated. Good morning, and welcome to today's Basic Military Training Graduation Ceremony. We would like to introduce our distinguished guests, beginning with the host for today's ceremony, the Deputy Commander, 737 Training Group, and 1993 graduate of Basic Military Training, Lieutenant Colonel Alvin Schultz, Jr. Representing the Senior Enlisted Leader, Air Force Basic Military Training and 1997 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Jake Vale. Also in attendance with us today, the Deputy Chief, Space Operations for Operations Cyber and Nuclear, Lieutenant General Deanna Burt. The Senior Enlisted Leader, National Reconnaissance Officer, in 1996 graduate of Basic Military Training, Chief Master Sergeant Tina Timmerman. The Commander, Delta One, Colonel Charlie Norsky, accompanied by his wife, Jessica. The Senior Enlisted Leader, Delta 1, Chief Master Sergeant Paul Norris. The Deputy Director, Delta 1, Mr. Darren Buck. Although time does not permit us to introduce all of our distinguished guests, the 737th Training Group is proud to welcome each of you. We hope you enjoy today's ceremony. This week, we have a special opportunity to recognize one additional and significant achievement demonstrating the dedication of 27 of our graduates, who are being led by Technical Sergeant Dominique Reyes, Military Drill and Ceremonies Non-Commissioned Officer, hometown, Huntington Beach, California. Today's recognition is made possible by a partnership between the Department of Defense and the Department of Homeland Security to allow active duty service members to become citizens under the Naturalization at Basic Military Training Initiative. To be eligible, a member of the Armed Forces must pass a comprehensive application process administered by the Department of Homeland Security, including a background check and personal interview to demonstrate high moral character and their knowledge of the English language. Applicants are also tested on U.S. history and government. Please hold your applause until all names have been announced. The Air Force is proud to recognize Brianne Tiana Lamute, country of origin, Micronesia. Byron Richards, country of origin, Jamaica. Kirkland Usher, country of origin, Belize. Marvelous Azubok, country of origin, Nigeria. John Rosie Danlefak Kajo, country of origin, Cameroon. Lawrence Kamara, country of origin, Liberia. Cedric Luxon Eneluna, country of origin, Philippines. Gerald Kane Gutierrez, country of origin, Philippines. Saul Garcia Piñon, country of origin, Mexico. Benedict Bernice Lombos, country of origin, Philippines. Ismaila Diallo, country of origin, Guinea. Ralph Augustin, country of origin, Haiti. Julian Buenviaje, country of origin, Philippines. Henry Cristomo Ademes, country of origin, Dominican Republic. Juan Balbuena Hoyos, country of origin, Peru. Menran Amini Tehrani, country of origin, Kuwait. Christian Mir Gonzalez, country of origin, Cuba. Jeffrey Gikuni Kamau, country of origin, Kenya. Yara Benjamin Agnes Lime, country of origin, Togo. J. Christian Ig Kalakar, country of origin, Philippines. Josephine Tumenta, country of origin, Cameroon. Claudine Fungjon, country of origin, Cameroon. Nishinki Denise Viana, country of origin, Philippines. Wendy Ventura Reyes, country of origin, Guatemala. Yori Resular, country of origin, Philippines. Maria Yasemil Paredes, country of origin, Philippines. Noor Suba, country of origin, Nepal. Ladies and gentlemen, please help us congratulate the newest citizens of the United States of America. Musical support for today's ceremony is provided by airmen from the 321st Training Squadron, performing under the direction of Master Sergeant Samuel Johnson, retired, Master Military Training Instructor, hometown, Stratford, Connecticut. These individuals have been hand-selected to perform in today's ceremony. In addition to completing all basic training syllabus and training requirements, Drum and Bugle Corps members commit additional training hours for practice throughout their weeks of training. Their extra effort and commitment demonstrate teamwork and Air Force Corps value, service before self. With each Drum and Bugle Corps performance, they honor the long-standing tradition of live music at formal military ceremonies. Ladies and gentlemen, Chief Master Sergeant Marx will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Hey, good morning, families, friends, and guests in attendance. Thank you for traveling to support your loved ones. How proud are you of them and their tremendous accomplishments? Don't they look good today? Before I begin, I would like to recognize our military training instructors. These men and women work tirelessly to help transform your loved ones from civilians to the airmen and guardians you see before you. Thank you, instructors, for what you do day in and day out. We can't forget our veterans. Veterans in attendance, if able, please stand and be recognized. These men and women paved the way for us and continue to anchor our nation through our continued support, service, and sacrifice. Thank you. To our newest Airmen and Guardians, it is my hope that you feel the love and excitement everyone in attendance has for you all at this moment. Each week, I get to sit with our Airmen and our Guardians for an hour or two and talk about various topics. Surprisingly, we never talk very much about the missing home, but don't be too upset, they miss you a little bit. When we talk, there was one topic that always seemed to surface. Can you guess what that was? Leadership. Yes, leadership. For some of them, basic training was the first opportunity for them to lead, and man, did they not shy away from it. They wanted to know how to improve as leaders, how to gain buy-in from their flight members, how to foster inclusiveness, and even how to identify their shortcomings and develop those same shortcomings. A few of them even asked how to get paired with mentors after they have graduated. How many of you were thinking about those aspects of leadership and followership, even second and third order effects at this stage in your life? We've recognized their hunger to be better than they were when they arrived here. It is our responsibility, we owe it to them, to feed that hunger, to lead and to solve problems by giving them their parameters and allowing them to solve problems within that framework. Translation, basically, we owe it to them to give our Airmen and Guardians problems to solve and get the heck out of their way. They are more than capable. We're not building mindless drones, we're developing our Airmen and our Guardians into critical thinkers and to sound decision makers. Now I realize I'm one of the obstacles keeping you from your loved ones, so I'll close with this. Tonight, sleep well, because you're protected by the world's greatest air and space force, powered by the world's greatest Airmen and Guardians. Congratulations on this huge milestone. If I could trade places with you, I would. Finally, I leave you with this. You are joining a team that will look for you to define the character of our force for years to come. I hereby acknowledge your completion of all graduation requirements and have recommended to Colonel Wilson and Chief Master Sergeant Anderson that you receive your coveted Airman's coins, which signifies your transition today from trainees to Airmen and Guardians. Congratulations. Military training instructors, you may proceed.
At this part of the ceremony, the military training instructors will distribute the Venerable Airman's Coin, and for the first time, distinct Space Force coins to our Space Force graduates. The lore of military coins has many colorful suspected origins. However, a popular story stems from World War I, where American volunteers formed flying squadrons in France during the Great War. One of the volunteers was a wealthy lieutenant who took great pride in his service and had medallions cast in bronze, with his squadron's emblem on them. He gave those medallions to every member of his unit. Not long after, one of the pilots was shot down behind enemy lines and was captured by a German patrol. The German forces confiscated the pilot's possessions except for the pilot's medallion that he wore around his neck. While in confinement in a small French village, the captured pilot took advantage of a nighttime bombardment by the Allies. He donned civilian clothes and escaped after crossing the front lines to safety. He came across a French outpost where he was initially thought to be a saboteur until he showed them his unit coin. The French forces recognized the unit emblem, and instead of any harsher treatment, he received a bottle of wine. Today, several military units have developed their own coins and specific rules for them. Many organizations give out their unit coins to recognize outstanding performances and achievements. The coins the airmen and space professionals receive today are unique in that they originate here at the gateway to the Air Force and are only given to those who complete this rigorous course of instruction. On one side of the airman's coin, the original emblem of the Air Force resides as envisioned by General Henry Hap Arnold, one of the first military aviators and later commander of the Army Air Forces in World War II. Beneath the emblem, the year 1947, the birth date of the United States Air Force, and around the rim of the coin, the core values of the Air Force: integrity first, service before self, and excellence in all we do. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the newly recognized emblem of the Air Force, a symbol that honors the heritage of our past and represents the promise of our future. The emblem retains the core elements of the Henry Hap Arnold emblem, the Arnold wings, and the star within a circle. The modern effect of the emblem reflects our Air and Space Force today and into the future. Inscribed in a half circle above the contemporary Air Force emblem is the Air Force motto, "Aim high, fly, fight, win." And on the border of the coin, a reminder to all who see this is inscribed, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming an airman in the world's greatest Air Force." The Space Professional coin also has a distinctive design. On one side, it displays the original emblem of the Space Force, the Delta, which was first used by space units in 1961, and honors the heritage of the United States Space Force. Beneath the emblem is the year 2019, the birth date of the United States Space Force. Inscribed on the other side of the coin is the Space Force motto, Semper Supra, which translates to always above. This represents the Space Force's role in establishing, maintaining, and preserving our nation's dominance and freedom of operations in the space domain. On the coin's border is a commemorative inscription that reads, "Awarded on the occasion of becoming a charter member of the United States Space Force."
Ladies and gentlemen, Lieutenant Colonel Cox will now come forward and address our graduating class.
Once again, good morning, and what a wonderful morning it is. Nice, overcast. So let's hear it once again for these Airmen and Guardians. And again, welcome to the 37th Training Wing, home of Air Force and Space Force basic military training. A big thank you to all the loved ones, the families, the friends, and all the veterans in attendance here today. 7.5 weeks ago, you entrusted us with your sons and daughters. And in that time, our military instructors inspired, motivated, and transformed them into the Airmen and Guardians you see here today. You may notice many of these changes. They are more confident, more disciplined, and mentally tougher. Throughout their time here at basic military training, your sons and daughters were sharpened under the watchful eyes of our outstanding military training instructors. To the MTI teams from all squadrons, congratulations and job well done. Through your tireless dedication, amazing leadership, mentorship, and professional example, you have motivated and inspired each Airman and Guardian in your flight. You have made the Air Force and Space Force better than ever. You took 735 individuals and transformed them into the outstanding teams of professional Airmen and Guardians standing in formation today. Everyone, please join me in thanking these MTIs for their incredible work. Now to the Airmen and Guardians. Yes, you are Airmen and Guardians now. It has been a challenging 7 weeks, full of obstacles that you have overcome. But the important part is that you overcame these obstacles as a team. And tomorrow, you will march down the bomb run together during the graduation parade and culminate BMT. However, I want to remind you that completing basic military training is the beginning of your Air Force or Space Force journey. Take the lessons, the foundations, the skills, and teamwork you learned here and apply them as you go on to technical training and throughout your time in the Air Force or Space Force, no matter how long. The Air Force and Space Force will provide you with opportunities where you might feel ill-prepared. My one piece of advice is to volunteer anyway. You are ready and you will succeed. You have entered our force at a time of significant change in our national security environment. Our adversaries continue to grow their military and asymmetric capabilities to challenge America. But I have no doubt America's up to this challenge because you are our greatest weapon system that our adversaries cannot match. And just like the airmen that have come before you to succeed in dynamic environments, you too will succeed in our future challenges. And so I leave you with this. As we defend the Constitution, our freedom, and our way of life, remember your source of strength and remember your why. Take care of yourself and your wingman and teammates. In the years to come, I look forward to seeing your contributions to our great nation and to serve alongside you. One team!
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Cox. At this time, we would like to take this opportunity to recognize basic military training's most outstanding performer, someone who demonstrated their ability to successfully navigate all assessments, testing their physical abilities, academic aptitude, and adaptability to the military environment through multiple progress checks. This airman has surpassed all others in the challenges of training and has earned the distinction of being the top graduate of this class. The top graduate is from the 322nd Training Squadron, Flight 304, Airman Justin Wright. He is from Flattery, Kentucky, and joined the Air Force to become a targeting analyst journeyman. In the stands cheering is his mother, Susan, and father, Timmy. His recruiter is Technical Sergeant Dakota Sabbath from the 332nd Recruiting Squadron, Louisville, Kentucky. Please stand as a sign of unity as our top graduate leads us through the Airman's Creed. Instructors, place your flights at attention. Thank you. Please be seated. Instructors, place your flights at ease. This morning, we honor our heritage of military customs and traditions as we welcome our newest airmen into the ranks of the Department of the Air Force. There are two purposes for this morning's retreat ceremony. The retreat ceremony is a solemn event conducted at every United States military installation around the globe. It signifies the end of the official duty day, and today is symbolic of the end of training for our graduates. But more importantly, it is to pay respect to our nation's flag. When we offer our respect for our flag and to our national anthem, we have the opportunity to reflect on the democratic principles that have made our nation great. The meaning of freedom, dignity of the individual, the pursuit of happiness, and national unity all come to mind when you think of our flag. It is a symbol of our nation to the world. Military members have a special bond with the flag. These airmen are part of the flag's tradition and they symbolize the spirit and sacrifice of the military and dedication to the defense of this great nation and the principles it represents. When we salute the flag as it is lowered, we ask you to think. Think about the flag flying over Arlington and other national cemeteries. Think about the flag being carried into combat by the service members who preceded us. Think about the freedom Americans enjoy today. Freedom without precedent in history in the world. The men and women who stand before us today represent the projection of that strength behind our flag. Our flag security detail consists of members from the 326th Training Squadron, led by Technical Sergeant Eric Booker. Our Commander of Airmen is Master Sergeant Therion Grooms. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for the sounding of retreat and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem. The flag stands for peace, honor, truth, justice, and freedom. In the armed forces of the United States, during the ceremony of retreat, the flag is lowered, folded into a triangle fold, and kept under watch throughout the night as a tribute to our nation's honored dead. The next morning, it is brought out at a ceremony of reveille. The flag has been torn to strips and used as bandages for wounded combatants on the battlefield. It has been placed in the trembling arms of a grieving parent at the grave of their falling son or daughter. It is flown at half-staff to honor our military members. The flag has flown in every battle of every war for more than 200 years. It has flown at Valley Forge, Shiloh, and Gettysburg. It was there at San Juan Hill, the trenches of France, in the Argonne Forest, Anzio, Rome, on the beaches of Normandy. It was waved at Okinawa, Korea, Vietnam, Somalia, Kuwait, Iraq, and in Afghanistan. The flag has been burned, torn, and trampled on the streets of countries that America has helped set free. Yet it remains invincible. Please remain standing for the playing and singing of the United States Air Force and Space Force songs. Congratulations on achieving this historic milestone that marks the beginning of your career. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain in your seating area. The graduates will be dismissed momentarily. Town Pass ends at 2000 hours. When dropping off graduates, please stay in your vehicle. Family members are not authorized in the training area. Thank you, and please enjoy your stay at 37 Training Wing, Joint Base San Antonio-Lackland, Texas. Guardians, after you have been tapped out, please proceed inside the auditorium for family pinning on and Colonel Norsky's Space Force address. Airmen and Guardians, if you lost your flight cap, report to the podium to retrieve it. Top graduate, report to the podium to retrieve your certificates. All graduates are now released to their families.